I see people who they apply to a company and then they apply to like 10 different jobs just because they're excited to work for that company. That is a huge mistake. And I'm sharing my perspective and my point of view as a hiring manager who has worked for too many companies. If you like a company, please find a list of jobs you like. Okay. Let's say it's 10 just for an even number. Do not apply to 10. Because if you apply to 10, guess what? Eight are going to get eliminated because HR only wants to interview for one or two, right? And two is kind of, even that's a little bit of an exaggeration. Most of the time, they want to bring you down to one. So if you apply to 10 jobs, right? Human resources or talent acquisition, recruiters, whatever name they like to pretend they have, just they're gonna eliminate you from the other nine. And they're gonna interview you for one job. You're gonna go through the process, and if you get the job, awesome. If you don't get the job, guess what? The nine jobs they disqualified you from, possibly because they just wanted to interview you for this, you cannot tell them and go like, hey, can I interview for some of the other ones? They'll be like, no, no, like we already disqualified you. And sure, you can change your email, your credentials, reapply, but human resources can't be tricked. The smarter thing to do, apply to one or two jobs that you are a good fit for. Okay. Go through the process, right? Let them screen you, and then you go through the first interviews and second. Go through the process. Hopefully, you get one of these jobs. If you don't, then apply to one or two more. But do not apply to 10 at once because they will just end up screening you out for most of them because they don't want to interview you for all 10. Even if you're a decent fit, they just won't. They only like to entertain one or two at a time because if they entertain you for too many jobs, right? If they consider you for too many jobs, it causes so much headache and it's just a waste of time and manpower because they know you'll only accept one, maybe two offers, right? Maybe you'll get two offers, but you can only accept one job at the end. And they don't want to be causing headache for hiring managers. No hiring manager wants to know that their candidate is being considered for nine other departments. It's just not a good look. So please apply to one, maybe two jobs at a time, and then wait to hear back. Or I mean, if companies are slow to move, wait like 60 days, I'd say maybe 90 days, and then apply to like two more jobs. Because at that point, if you haven't heard back by 60 days, I don't know what that company is doing. Even 30 days, they say some of the companies have this practice. I'm not saying it's the best practice or an industry standard, but what they're trying to do is they're trying to disqualify people within 10 days or give them some sort of communication within 10 days and onboard them within 30. Now, I'm not really seeing this in the industry, but it is an interesting rule, right? So within 10 days, you should have some sort of response. And then within 30 days, they should be onboarding you or interviewing you. So I think that's an interesting rule. Hopefully, companies will get a little bit faster with regards to hiring or communicating, and a little bit better with regards to the whole ghosting practice, which I wholly disagree with. I find it immature. I find it inappropriate. I find it unprofessional, and any company that does that just has very poor recruitment practices, and their entire HR posture really needs to be examined.